What is going on, everyone? It is Mark here with another video. Before we get into today's video, I'm gonna do a shameless self-promotion. If you are not subscribed, please do. It really helps the channel out. But if you are already subscribed, hit that notification button. There's been all that fun stuff going on with YouTube and the subscription box and subscribers not getting videos anyways. But if you could hit that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Now for the review. Today we are taking a look at something I'm a huge fan of, the iPad. So today in front of me I have the new iPad, the 2018 iPad. I was kind of debating whether or not to buy it or to review it or even to check it out. I just thought, you know, it's just the next iPad, nothing special about it. There is something extremely important that Apple did to this iPad that I feel like I should explore. And here's the actual box. So I'm gonna kind of skip the Apple unboxing here because it's the exact same every single time. I'm not here to talk about the box. Maybe I won't be able to get in the box. I need a knife. There we go. Obviously, beautifully packaged. I'll tell you at least what actually comes in here. The actual iPad itself, charging cable, some literature, and of course the power brick. Okay, so that's the entire box. Put that back in here. The best part. Always very satisfying every single time. So before we go into what is very, very important about this iPad, let's just talk in general what this iPad is. So right here, this is the 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi space gray version. It's a 9.7 inch display. It's very familiar looking. Everyone knows what this is. This is an iPad. Everyone knows how to use it. It's a typical iPad from the outside. Okay, so while I'm getting this set up, let me kind of give you an analogy of what I expect this iPad to be. I expect this to be the iPad Pro without the features that make it Pro. Does that make any sense? Probably not, but let me explain. So the first thing that drew me to the iPad Pro was the Apple Pencil. The Apple Pencil is what, for me, made this entire iPad worth it. It's a very expensive device. The Apple Pencil is very expensive. It is a big deal to invest that much money into something that, you know, you don't necessarily 100% need. There's other means to do it. But to me, that Pencil and iPad Pro combination really made it something that was worth my time and I guess my money. But other than the Apple Pencil, the iPad Pro was just such a powerful device. It could do so much in so little, when there's always that price point and some Pro features that I personally didn't find beneficial at all to have. So let me try to compare what the iPad Pro was able to do and what this is able to do, and why I think this iPad right here, let me just say the price, for $429 Canadian, that's like $359, $349 American, which in the grand scheme of things is an amazing price for a device like this. It is extremely inexpensive. But let me tell you some of the features that this thing lost from the Pro and why I think overall this right here can change the entire realm of tablets. Okay, just bear with me here, okay? So the most important thing, like I said like 97 times, is the Apple Pencil. The iPad Pro, Apple Pencil. The iPad, Apple Pencil. They brought the Apple Pencil support to a device that was $429 Canadian. This right here, at a price point that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, is amazing. This right here allows such a big, wide range of people to use such a powerful device and take notes and be involved and be in the 21st century and that exponential growth of technology that is eventually going to take over anyway, so you might as well get on it. This just allows that ship to kind of set sail and go. I think that's amazing. But one of the shortcuts that this iPad took from the iPad Pro was the display. Yes, they are both retinas. This new iPad for $429 is not a laminated display. So if you take a look closely, one, the bezels are a little bit chunkier. Two, the actual like kind of distance from the display to the top of the glass is significantly larger, which may kind of change the way that this feels, and it might be a breaker. So let me go into notes here and let me actually see what this feels like on this display. Okay, here we go. I'm extremely excited. Hello, my name is Mark. Wow. I don't know if I'm just like this weird person who needs to have like the most precise pencil ever, but like this right here I thought I was gonna walk away from this device. Oh my goodness. I thought I was gonna be able to see that distance whenever I wrote. I am very, very impressed. Okay, so that's like the biggest check mark. After this right here, you can go buy one. Like, it's fine. You'll love it. Just buy this and this, and you're set off to the races. So that works. So that is a huge key feature. It has Apple Pencil support. I filmed this for 14 minutes and 22 seconds now, and all I got out of that was you can use the Apple Pencil, and that's pretty much a selling point for me. Anyways, so that for me was the biggest feature for the iPad. Let me talk about some of the differences here, and let me explain to you what shortcuts, or not shortcuts, kind of cuts they had to do to take that really expensive iPad Pro, shove it into a little bit of a smaller price point. Like I said, the Retina display is a little bit different. The refresh rate on the Retina display is slightly slower. Pretty much what they did was take away some RAM, so they went from 4 gigs on the iPad Pro to 2 gigs, which on a device that only has to power a 9.7-inch display, you know, you do lose some processing power with that, but it's $429 Canadian. I have to keep saying Canadian because a lot of my viewers are American, so divide that by 1.3 something, whatever the exchange rate is. That is something that is very, very manageable for you. You can still multitask, you can still use all of the fancy swiping and the pinching and all of that fun stuff that makes the iPad the iPad. Other things that Apple kind of took away from the iPad Pro to put it into this lovely little package. There is now only 2 speakers rather than the 4 on the iPad Pro. The reason for that is the iPad Pro, whichever way you're holding it, you always have stereo sound. This, you know, you only got the 2 down at the bottom. What else did they kind of lose out on? You have a worse camera. I am someone who believes that iPads are not meant for taking good pictures. Like, you know those tourists like this? To me, that's a little bit odd. Usually the camera on your phone, which is smaller, is way better than these big guys here. This display also does not have True Tone, so you won't be able to kind of have that white balance shift depending on what room you are in, which to me, I already had that off. I didn't like it. But Apple did add a new processor into the new iPad. It's called the A10. It's a very powerful chip. It allows all of this to happen very smoothly. I mean, this overall is such a powerful device because of this. One of the last things that I want to bring up that Apple kind of scrapped to put into the new iPad is a smart connector. If you don't know what that is, that's the little connector on the side that allows you to connect to accessories such as the keyboard for the iPad. To me personally, I did not enjoy that keyboard. I did not purchase it, I did not use it. But if you had the connector here, this would replace the iPad Pro in a heartbeat, in my opinion. The only people the iPad Pro would keep as their key market or key users would be high professionals in the graphics world. Someone who literally wants to replace an actual computer with it, which you can do. You have to change the way you think and use it, but you can do it. But if you're looking for a new iPad, this is the way to go. If you're looking for Netflix, if you're looking for the browsing, if you're looking for that light multitasking, if you're looking for a note-taking device for you, for school, for work, for all of these things, this is for you. There's absolutely no need for you to get an iPad Pro if your only requirement is Apple Pencil and some Netflix. The iPad Pro is its own little world. That is a very powerful device. Of course, it's a bigger display, faster display, better sound, better speakers, better camera. But at the end of the day, do you need that? To me, if this was out when I was in school, I would probably buy this over the iPad Pro. But seriously, this is such a powerful device. I'm such a fanboy of this company right here, and primarily because it makes devices like the iPad so powerful. And all the Surface lovers, yes, that is an amazing device, but name me a Windows tablet that is for $429 Canadian that has support and the precision of an Apple Pencil and can do all of these wonderful, powerful things. You can't. Or even the other tablets, the Android tablets. There's nothing in this price point that is this good. This is the best tablet you can buy for under $500. Hands down. Moral of the story is if you're looking for something under 500 bucks, that. If you're looking for something around the $1,000 mark, then we can talk about the iPad Pro and the Surface. Okay, so that's a completely different discussion. But for $500 or less, $429 Canadian, 300 something American, buy this. Alright, so I hope you liked that video. If you did, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. And for additional brownie points, I know I say this all the time, but please follow me on all of my social media. Links can be found down in the description. But for now, thank you, and I will see you on the next one.